Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, and I've got something super special for you, a complete unbiased tier list of all the playable characters. That's right, no more guessing who to pick or wondering if your team is strong enough to take on those insane special grade curses. With this list, you're getting the inside scoop on the best characters that will keep you winning and take your squad to the next level. Now, I know building a team can be overwhelming, especially with so many powerful characters to choose from. That's why I've done all the heavy lifting here, carefully ranking each character based on their strengths, weaknesses, and overall synergy. Whether you're just starting out or you've been grinding for a while, this tier list will help you build a well-balanced team that's ready to face anything the game throws your way. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and let's get right into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking best characters in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Panda at the shortest way, Maki Zenin Giftless Talent, Nobara Kugisaki What Makes Me Who I Am, Saki Rindo Disaster Prevention Spell, Kiyotaka Ejichi Assistant, Momo Panda Panda. This is not a simple panda and determined counter Kasumi Miwa. Alright, time to dive into the yikes category. You know, those characters that make you wonder if they're even trying. We're looking at D-tier heroes here in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. And trust me, you'll want to re-roll these ASAP. They might be decent for a quick start, but if you're serious about progressing, you'll quickly find them holding you back. They're like the kid that shows up to a cursed spirit fight with a plastic fork. It's a good try, but come on. So, let's be real. These D-tier characters are really only there to give you a taste of the game. Beginners might get a kick out of them for the first few levels, and sure, they can do some damage in the early stages, but once you hit even a tiny bump in difficulty, oh boy, you'll see just how much they're lacking. They're weak, plain and simple, and they're just not built to handle anything but the bare minimum. And listen, I'm not saying they're completely worthless, but compared to everyone else in the roster, they just don't make the cut. If you're still holding on to these, it's time to let them go, my friend. Go after some better characters because these D-tier units will only slow you down. It's not all gloom though. The game has tons of other options that will make your squad way more powerful. Just keep spinning for something better. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Ultimate Mechamaru Sword, option Noritoshi Kamo, the determination within the bloodline, Junpei Small Fry and Reverse Retribution, Junpei the value of life, Mai Zenin a clever bullet, Meshamaru mode, Albatross, Noritoshi Kamo, the blood of big three families, Megumi Fushiguro, unequal aid, Toge Inumaki, compelling cursed speech, Aoi Todo, memories of friendship, Toji Inumaki, the sacred speech of curse, Aoi Todo, fight together with Takeda-chan and Saki Rindo Brind on the fight. Alright, so now we're entering C-tier territory. Think of these characters as the kind you might call in a pinch, but really they're not going to carry you through the toughest battles. They have a few useful tricks up their sleeves, but honestly, they're more like backup dancers than the main act. They can handle the basics, and that's about it. Imagine bringing them to a Shibuya showdown. Yeah, you're going to want to swap them out for someone a little stronger before things get too intense. These C-tier heroes are like Kyoto Jujutsu High students. Sure, they've got some skills, but they're not exactly the Tokyo powerhouse squad. They can get the job done for early stages, and beginners might actually appreciate their simplicity. But as soon as you start leveling up and the real challenges hit, you'll start noticing how quickly they fall behind. It's like they're just not special enough. And trust me, we've all wanted that JJK opening moment of "you are my specials," but it's just not happening with these guys. If you're starting out, go ahead, give them a whirl. They'll help you through the newbie phases, but fair warning, the moment you get some A tier or S tier characters, it's game over for the C tiers. They're the type to get carried by better characters, not the type to lead the charge. So, get comfy with them if you have to, but know that sooner or later, you're going to want to upgrade. They're more of a warm-up act, not quite ready for the spotlight. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Nobara Kugisaki Girl of Steel, Jogo Cursed Spirit's Pride, Kento Nanami Ratio Technique, Maki Zenin Rebellious Failure, Megumi Fushiguro Inherited Curse Technique, Aoi, Todo Reckless Grade 1, Yuji Itadori, Sukuna's Vessel, Shoko Reverse, Cursed Technique, Yoshinobu Gakuganji, Cursed Energy Melody, Hanami, The Joys of Battle, Kento Nanami, Ex-Office Worker turned Jujutsu Sorcerer, Yuki Kaito, Basic Curse Technique, Yuki the Resolve of Being a Sorcerer, and Togi Inumaki, the Baton of Counterattack. Alright, so let's dive into the B tier characters in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Now, I know B tier might sound like they were just a bit above meh, but honestly, these guys have their own little charm. They may not be the powerhouses you'd expect to clear out every mission effortlessly, but they've got some reliable qualities that can really help you out in those early stages of the game. If you're just getting started or still figuring out what your playstyle is, these characters are perfect. They're like training wheels, solid enough to support you, but not flashy enough to steal the show. Think of these B tier characters as your dependable backup. They're not exactly the ones you want in the spotlight, but they're there to fill the gaps. While you're out there hunting for those elusive S or A tier characters, these B tiers can keep things moving. Just don't expect them to carry the team for long. They're more like the reliable friends who'll give you a hand in a jam. So while you won't regret using them, you also won't miss them much when you eventually bench them for someone stronger. Now, let's be real, if you're used to the big hitters or even a solid A tier character, these guys might feel like a step down. But there's something oddly satisfying about mastering these B tier champs. They're not the flashiest, but they can teach you the basics of timing, strategy, and how to squeeze out every bit of value in a fight. They're almost like the average Joes of the game, and sometimes it's fun to see how far you can go with characters that aren't decked out in crazy skills. Just keep in mind, these aren't the ones you want to splurge resources on. They're more like temporary allies rather than permanent teammates. So overall, B tier characters in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade are pretty average. They won't make you regret using them, but they're certainly not going to blow your mind either. Use them as your stepping stones in the game, enjoy the early wins they bring, and when you're ready for the big leagues, say goodbye and bring on the stronger characters. But until then, these B tier characters are here to keep you grounded and remind you that every hero has a place, even if it's just as a filler. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Kento Nanami, the capability of first grade sorcerer, Kento Nanami, overtime work, Megumi Fushiguro bond of friendship, Yuji Itadori, the agile body, Maki Zenin longsword battle, Nobara Kugisaki, the worst match, Nobara Kugisaki, keep hammering at them, Yuji Itadori, cursed energy black flash, Toge Inumaki shatter to pieces, Yuji Itadori, cursed energy caging, Suguru Geto for the justice, Mai Zenin the final bullet, Panda don't blame the doll, and Panda need help. Alright, let's dive into the A tier characters, the unsung heroes just a hair's breadth below the S tier legends. These are the characters you can lean on when your luck hasn't blessed you with those ultra rare S tier pulls. Think of them as the underdogs, proving day in and day out that they've got what it takes to tackle Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade's toughest battles. They might not be S tier, but trust me, these guys have everything it takes to shine on your roster. First up, let's talk about versatility. If you're looking to diversify your team, these A-tier sorcerers are perfect for giving you a well-rounded lineup. They bring unique traits and battle styles to the table, so even though they aren't the grade S elites, they can stand their ground against pretty much any foe. Don't be fooled by their rank. A-tier doesn't mean they're missing anything critical. In fact, it's their balanced stats and flexible abilities that make them such reliable picks. Now, if you're new to the game or haven't had the gacha gods smile on you, A-tier characters are definitely the way to go. They might not have that extra flash and bang of the S-tiers, but their skills are just as effective when used right. Think of them as the solid backbone of your squad. They're the grade 1 fighters who won't let you down in the heat of battle. Plus, you'll often find that mastering these characters builds your skills and strategy, so you're even better prepared when you finally pull that S-tier favorite. So, if you're on the hunt for top-tier alternatives, don't sleep on the A-tier. They're dependable, have killer traits for combat, and bring that much needed stability to any lineup. Let's just say, if S-tiers are the powerhouse stars, then A-tiers are the hard-working heroes always there to save the day. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Satoru Gojo, the strongest, Satoru Gojo Hollow Technique, purple, Satoru Gojo Teen, Yuta Okotsu, Lend Me Your Strength, Toji Fushiguro, the Sorcerer Killer, Mahito, the Inspiration of Death, Momo Nishimiya, Don't Underestimate Me, Masamichi Yaga, Ariadne's Thread, Educator, Masamichi Yaga, Cursed Corpse, Battle, Suguru Geto, Teen for protecting non-Jujutsu sorcerer, Megumi Fushiguro in complete domain, Saki Rindo, the resolve within the heart, and Kasumi Miwa Zanshin. Alright, let's talk about the absolute heavyweights, the Gojo tier champs that will steamroll anything Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade throws at you. You know those units that don't just win, they dominate. These characters are straight up sorcery royalty, and when they're on your team, the battlefield is theirs to command. No matter what cursed spirit, sorcerer, or menacing boss you're up against, these guys make every fight feel like a breeze. They're the ones you want to build your entire team around, plain and simple. Here's the deal, the characters in this tier bring the best of every world. Power, off the charts. Skills, insane versatility. Jujutsu techniques, let's just say they could teach a masterclass. If you're thinking of putting together a lineup that makes other players do a double take, then start with these S tier champions and work your way down. Trust me, you'll be laughing your way through challenges because these heroes are packing both punch and finesse in every encounter. They're not just fighters, they're a spectacle. Now, it's tempting to stack your team solely with these powerhouse units, and hey, I wouldn't blame you. But remember, balance is everything. Sure, you could roll in with a squad of all-out attackers, but adding a mix of support types will take your team from OP to untouchable. So grab one or two of these special grade champions and pair them with units that complement their abilities. It's the ultimate way to make a team that just flows and honestly makes you look like a pro. When you've got S tier legends on your side, you're not just playing, you're commanding. These characters are the total package. They're strong, versatile, and let's be real, they make every battle look like a work of art. So go ahead, prioritize them, build around them, and let your team ride the wave of top tier sorcery. It's time to show everyone else what a real Phantom Parade team looks like. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.